Good afternoon, Craft World. Today I'm bringing you a DT project for creating with details, and today we're working on the Prima frame. Now this is exactly how it comes with the green and the distress. All I have done so far to this point is used the stencil, the doily stencil that Creating with Details also carries. I left it in its natural state just to bring a little bit of the white from the background to the outside. I've only done it in a couple of spots, as you can see. Just put it on with either modeling paste or molding paste, or I used spackling compound, which dries really quickly. It's hard. And on the back side, I covered this with papers that may also carry us at creatingwithdetails.com. And these are Prima, the Prima papers. There we go. This is called Epiphany. So I glued those in the background just to give it a backdrop. Now, from here, we're just going to start putting this together. I've taken another die that I had that is a window and just colored in the background to make it look like it, was dark or stained glass. We're going to put that right inside the opening here. And to do that, we're going to use the handy dandy glue gun, also carried at Creating with Details. This is a Sure Bonder. It's got a detailed point on it, and it is wonderful for getting into small spots and not getting huge globs of glue. Let me just check this and see if it's warm enough. I think that'll work. Now you could apply this with any adhesive that you wanted to. I'm not going to get this all over because it's not necessary for it to be glued entirely. And I'm going to turn this around so that I can get the placement correct. And there we have the window. The second step that I've taken is to create a covered bridge using a covered bridge die stamp that may also carries on clearance right now at Creating with Details. But if you want one of these, you better hurry because they're going quick. And I can just tell you, you will not beat the price. What I've done is I cut out 2 pieces of chipboard, glued them together just to give it a little bit more sturdiness, and then I found in my stash this vine which had some yellow roses, and I just simply glued that on the top, making it look like it was winding in and out. That is one part of it. The other part is, this is also from Creating with Details, and this is a set that is by Ingrid Bohm, and this is just part of the set. It's an old-fashioned lady, and she is going to be glued right behind the bridge, making her look like she's walking across the bridge. So I'm going to do that with the glue gun again. Again, any of your adhesives will work. I'm just using the glue gun for the ease of use. We'll just hold that for a second. Okay. See, she looks like she's walking across the bridge. Now we're going to take her and we're going to put her right here on the inside of the frame. And yes, this is a photo frame, and you could, of course, use it for that. But I wanted to do something just a wee bit different. So I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing when I position her. And we'll just hold that for a second. Now I may have to put something to give that a little more stability, to keep it from flopping backwards, but we'll see how it goes. Right now that's looking pretty good. As you can see, now she looks like she's walking over a bridge in front of a window. The next step we're going to do is to take some more of the vine that I had. And we're going to put the vine up here so that it looks like it is just coming down from above with the flowers on it. And of course you can manipulate this any way you want. You could have it coming out like this onto the front and winding back through, which I kind of like. So I think I'm going to start right there with the glue gun and just put a dab of glue right there and adhere that vine to that spot. And you can find these vines, I've had this one for quite some time, but you can find these in just about any craft store. Carries these in all different sizes and colors. And we're just going to continue to glue this around. Oops. And this side I'm going to glue underneath, just to give it a little depth. Glue strings. And as you can see, when I'm using this glue gun, if you do not have one of these shear bonders, you need to get one, because there is such accuracy with where you can put this, and you don't have a lot of big glops of glue. And I mean, every glue gun is going to have strings, but this one is at a minimum, actually. So now I've just cut that where I wanted it, and I'm going to bring this one up on the outside as well. So there you can see we now have a little vine winding around through there. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right here, because that flower isn't staying exactly where I want it. And just hold it. Here we go. Now we're just going to start decorating with a lot more flowers. I also have this adorable little bird cage, which you can also get from Creating with Details, that I'm just going to simply glue right here so that when I stand this up, it will hang down. And to hide that spot where the chain is, I just happen to have another little flower that I will glue over top of it, and no one will ever know unless you tell. Don't tell. Okay, so now you can see when you stand this up that it hangs down. So it gives it a little movement, gives it just a little bit of whimsy. And the next thing we're going to do, again, I have these little birds that may also carry that Creating with Details, that I'm going to glue randomly on the inside and the outside, just to, again, give it a little bit of movement, gives it a little bit of whimsy. And I'm calling this particular design a secret spring garden. I just got the image of a lady with her parasol out for a stroll on a spring day, enjoying all the beauty outside. So now I have various flowers here that I've kind of just collected that we're going to be using. I have some other vines that I may or may not use. I'm not sure yet. So I've just pulled out a whole bunch of things that we're just going to play with and see how it works. These are also from Creating with Details. These are gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. And they also have, she also has the leaves that go with these gorgeous flowers. And they come in a packet. And these are, they're paper, but they are an extremely high quality paper. So for this one, I think I am just going to glue it on the top right here, like this. Not completely hiding the top of the frame, but just enough to give it a little added interest. Then I'm going to use a couple of these leaves. These leaves also match the Epiphany paper. So it's like all coordinated for you. And these are just gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the detail on there, but there's little birds and other things. That's all part of the paper collection, the Epiphany paper collection. So I'm going to use a couple of these leaves here, just like this. These have little butterflies and little chandeliers. The paper is just gorgeous. She also carries a stamp set that coordinates with this as well. So we're going to glue some more birds on. Oh, I know. I found this little tiny bird, hummingbird. These were one of my grandma's favorites. So we're going to put him right here on top as though he's eating from the beautiful rose. Again, whimsy. I love whimsy. I love things that are fun and light and carefree. And some of these other flowers we're just going to glue randomly around the outside. These are again flowers that I had in my stash. I've also made some paper butterflies using the Martha Stewart stamps, or yes, punch. And then I simply embossed them with white. And we're going to be using those throughout too. And the idea is just basically to give this a fun, light, springy feeling. You have various sizes, various colors that we're going to be just randomly gluing in. And when you start working with these and looking at all of the ideas that you can do with something like this is extremely high quality and it's already distressed, so you don't have to do that part of it. I think I'm going to try and see what this might look like over on this side, like a little tree. What do you think? Again, it was just a vine that I twisted, and these are all movable, so you can change the shape of it. I think I like that, so we're going to put that in there as well. And all I did was take that vine and twist it, and then pull some of the leaves off the bottom, just to give it a more tree trunk-like appearance. Just to give this some depth, I am going to have to adjust that. I can see that now. And then we're just going to randomly, like I said, start gluing these flowers. Any kind of flower that you may have that you like, that coordinates with what the colors that you're doing. If you had some other little tiny flowers, you could glue those on there to make it look like a blooming tree. These are just some little stamens that I thought might look cute popping in there. There's another little rose. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just playing and layering and finding out what you feel looks the best. I also have a small frame that, this is a set of 2 that's also available with Creating with Details. And look at this. This is Ingrid Balm as well. And the detail in that is just amazing. And I may just put that over here on the side, tucked in with some flowers, just to add a little bit of interest. And that way if somebody wanted to put a photo in there, they could. So we're just going to add some more flowers here. And I have some of these tiny little rose flowers. You guys are excused, please, the background noise. My grandchildren are playing with their toys and having a good time. I think we need a butterfly or 2 in here. So I simply cut these out, embossed it, and then bent the wings up a little bit. Oh, that's kind of cute. I didn't mean for that to happen, but I like it there. Gives it a little movement, except for the fact that it's upside down. So we'll fix that. That's cute. See, happy accidents. That's what we get. We get happy accidents. This again is just another little rose that I had in my stash. And you could make this as bright and as colorful as you want. I kept it kind of muted just because I loved the color of this particular frame and I wanted to play off of that. Here's another little flower. There are oodles of ideas. That window I really thought about. Behind it, thought about putting in a chandelier that off of the cricket and have that hanging in the window. But I thought that might get just a little too busy, so I kind of scrapped that idea. And here I have another bird that I'm going to put on the inside this time to make it look like the bird is in flight inside. So put that one right there. And I have a few more little tiny ones that I'm just going to stick in here and there just to add a little depth, little dimension. And another butterfly. And I even saved this for, oh, maybe we'll tuck that right there. I don't know about you guys, but it is finally starting to get just a wee bit warmer. We actually hit almost 50 today, believe it or not. That to us is like a heat wave. So we're hoping and praying that this warm up that they're promising continues. Because I'm sure, like us, you guys are just as sick of this cold weather and that white crap out there as you can get. So I'm just going to set this up for a minute and take a look at what we've got. Put another little rose over here. And you can add as many flowers as you want. And I probably will add more later on as I stare at this. I just wanted to give you a quick idea on the different ways that you can use this frame. You could also use it as an actual frame. I decided I wanted to do a little vignette. I need to stand this up for a second so I can see where that frame could go. Yeah, right there. Again, this will just give it a little bit more whimsy. You can put a picture in there if you would like. Or you could even take another flower and put it right there, just to give it that extra little. There you can see. That's pretty much what I had intended to do. I may play with this a little bit, and I will add some more maybe, and when I'm done I will add pictures at the end. I hope you've enjoyed this short video, and thank you for stopping by. Please like, share, and comment. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.